Yeah, so another trend. So what we find, like for instance, I'm in the kitchen. So what we find now internationally, what is rolled down to kitchens is maths. Maths is very much a fashion. Maths, especially the grey palette tone, is very much in fashion. So one thing people come to me and they tell me, okay, I want a yellow kitchen, I want a green kitchen. We don't do that. So those are mood colors. And if you do a kitchen of lime green, maybe you feel lime green today. In a year's time, you will not be lime green. So it's often to enlighten the client that this is good for neutral colors. If you want lime green, the bit of added lime green into the kitchen, like maybe a backsplash or some ornaments, to bring those colors in. Later you got to do it. A lot of people come, they want lime green.
Live. What's your bed? You are around, you are around. What you go, I find you.
How do we hear about this music and when? How long ago? You heard about
Perhaps you should have more collaboration with manufacturers designs that can carry motifs that highlight our cultural heritage. Because as dance, generally speaking, one way is cool and as we practice, we are expected to draw inspiration from our unique cultural heritage and within our environment too. And when the demand to program this presentation, I noticed that the products are also not about all about and that. But I would prefer that going forward, we should have some products, some which can certain patterns, that will display, something that we can really relate to the other regions of the street. Well, it looks like the modern north or gum again, stylized, or in the news world. There are so many items, local items that can be designed and made to be classic. You can make Nigerian and international. That is just all about it. So we have a how do I thank you.
For other representatives, please, we want it to be very sharp and precise, straight to the point. I'm sure we'll be able to deliberate or speak more about time. Thank you.
Hello everyone, my name is Mary Sack. I'm an architect and founder of IDAN Atelier Interiors. So out the deliberations, what can IDAN do for us? We have the issue of ambiguity of membership. So some people want to be IDAN members, they have been trained, but getting registered is tug of war. So they want that issue to be addressed, let registration of members be much more easier. And then communication between IDAN and members, both registered and non-members, and inclusivity. The second item is licensing of registered interior designers. And the third item is a training plan for aspiring members, as well as a mentorship for registered members. Then we have standardization of professional fees and guidelines for client engagement. I'm sure everybody has to agree with that in that regard. Code of conduct for registered members, how do we carry ourselves? And then interior design education, that's in the secondary and post-secondary institutions. What can we do for IDAN? We pledge to be active participants of all IDAN programs, to properly pay our dues as when due, to be our best to represent and be great ambassadors of IDAN both locally and internationally. Thank you.
Very precise. So I hope everyone will take a cue from her.
Good day, everyone. My name is Agatha Odike. I'm an architect based in Abuja. I'm representing Group 1. And we came up with these ideas about what IDAN, or our expectations about what IDAN can do for us. A common thread around amongst us was that we expect IDAN to create a unified platform for members to attend programs and fairs so that we can leverage our connections from such international fairs. Then we also expect increased awareness about programs because
now my group had this we expect to have a very good relationship with production factories that can serve as backbones to designers. For instance, you have a product, you have an idea, you meet a manufacturer, you agree on the concept, but the manufacturer will not brand with manufacturers if possible, say it will help. We talked about recognition. If IDAN can help make the profession more recognized by the public, one of us made this suggestion for the preferred solution of sensitization. I think she captures it like this: social media outbreak, where somewhere someone will know that okay, you are registered and recognized interior designer, and your fees and all that will come on. We talked about recognition as a result of training, standard, and liaison, a kind of collaboration or synergy with other professional bodies too. We talked about IDAN can help that. With this is as a result of the challenge in fee of consultation. I'm sure all of us have experienced that when you have your fee and an article will be brought from behind the scene and will cut down everything and you are like thrown off. At the end of the day, they come back to you and say, my plumber, my tiler, my whatever, did this, how can you rectify? Without him or her, the client ready to pay for your services. How does that happen? And as a solution to that, one of us suggested that regulation or policy with the National Assembly, with the government, is very, very key, which has been our cry for a very long time. And even suggested that if possible, we should sponsor a candidate that will go into National Assembly as a lawmaker that will stand and defend our interests. Okay, what can we do for IDAN? Yes, I think we all agree that we should try and pay our dues as and when we just like someone has put among others. Thank you.
Good day, everyone. My name is Abuja Madima. I work at the Media House in charge of media, and I'm also an interior designer with Interiors Global. What can IDAN do for us? They said, can we get our IDAN have a system that regulates designs? And one of us said, could IDAN please expatiate more on 3D designs? Designings, who do you do those crafts, and then the cost. What do you think the cost can be, or would be? And also, we said, can IDAN please give us a better idea or ways or words of how to package ourselves to enable us to close deals with our clients out there? And then what we can do for IDAN. One of us in our midst was a lawyer, so she said she's going to be part of the legal team. And then another of us was in a company that produces wines. So she said she's open to have more collaborations with IDAN. And then myself, I work in the media house, so I can add support for IDAN to get public advertising, graphic requirements, and legal projections. Thank you.
Hello everyone, my name is Bill from Dream Home. All my colleagues before me have said a number of things. First of all, I would like to congratulate the expos and the founder for putting this kind of crowd. It means that all of us are ready for business, and then we hope you are ready for business. So the first thing my group discussed was we're hoping that IDAN can stay rooted and grow. Please, we don't want to go back and forth like we have done in the past. We want to grow. And we are promising as members that if you stay rooted and you grow, we're ready to be active, we're committed to this drive, and we plan to grow with you. We plan to pay our dues. I'm speaking for most of us here. We plan to pay our dues and help IDAN grow. That's what we want to do. Another thing we discussed in my group would be going for the students who are studying courses that are related to what we do here, and start to pull them in. We may not be able to charge them the kind of money that we charge ourselves as annual, but a little fee, and then start to bring them on board. We need them to do all the legwork that you see our experts are not being paid for this thing. Look matter how hard they work to put things like this together, we need the young ones to come and do this level and then for them to start to grow with IDAN. Basically that. Thank you.
Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Aisha from Structured Spacing. First of all, in our group, we identified the problems of interior design. And we realized the problems were never brought from the inception of the project. We are always brought at the tail end of the project when we have to now come and start destroying or changing things in last minute, which always ends up being very expensive for the client and so much complications. Yes, eventually. Another problem was we don't have synergy among project team. The architects, the next problem we identified was policies. So we expect IDAN to be able to emphasize policies from the beginning. Talk to the government so that they incorporate the interior designers from the beginning of the team. When he's giving thanks to bill, he tells him, I have my builders, I have my engineers, I have my quantity surveyors, and I have my interior designers. And from the beginning, we have one voice and we submit one design. If there's any changes, we have synergy amongst ourselves. That's why we have BIM. So that we can be able to coordinate things properly. In terms of policies, we expect you to be able to approach the government so that policies for interior designers are taught from the beginning. So that we don't, especially in public buildings, because I think people ignore public buildings, hospitals, schools, we ignore interior design. And it's very important in terms of well-being of everybody. Things as small as components like sockets, lighting, are all done with interior which we ignore and always face problems eventually. So I think we expect IDAN to be create more awareness about the interior design industry, sensitize people and make them know that this is very important. It's eventually going to be more cost effective if we incorporate the interior design at the beginning. And we expect what we intend to give interior design, like IDAN rather, we intend to be loyal members, paying members, and very available for knowledge, available for anything you call us support for. Thank you.
Hello everyone, my name is Engineer Harry Council. I work with Action. My group decided to name ourselves Crystal. We agreed that IDAN should work with SCB and have field designs for interiors submitted with all architectural, electrical, mechanical drawings from the inception. Then we agreed that we should make member registration into this IDAN easy and accessible, both online and offline. We should have license, we should work on licensing interior designers. Then IDAN should give us leverage. So as a member of IDAN, I should be able to put IDAN logo on my documents, on my flyers and stuff like that I send out, so it authenticates me. Then IDAN should call for regular meetings, and when you're calling for such meetings, it should be amplified. You should have it out there everywhere, just the way you did this. Then IDAN have structure so we can follow. Someone said an office which I know is already accelerated, then we have to pay that. Okay, so we should communicate more. IDAN should vouch for us, improve visibility. IDAN should link us with artisans who will not stress us. What can we do for IDAN? We pledge to help IDAN amplify IDAN things, rebroadcast on all our platforms. We work with the segment in IDAN for education, for travel, for health, for stuff. We will open up our own companies to allow internship for new members. And then we will help educate about IDAN to other people who do not know about it. Thank you very much.
Hello. I think this is very great. I'm going to stand up. I was building group 2, but with most of the people have said discussed. The first thing we discussed that IDAN should be a face mask. Yes. And simplify the process of registration. It's tedious. Among 10 of us in our group, 8 said it was difficult to get registered. Everybody complained about that. Another one I wanted to take, so I wanted to start from what we will do for IDAN before what IDAN will do for us. My group said they will remain committed in paying their bills and also in engaging in advocacy. So they should come to my group. There is a conflict of identity in IDAN. Some people want to know who are the class, or what is the class for designers and the class for decorators. So there should be a line to separate who designers are and who decorators are. The IDAN should represent that. And also in professional training, where can people go for training? So many people just like, we have people that just hand curtains and they call themselves interior decorators, absolutely to distinguish and separate ourselves from other people. We also, some of them also complain about conflict between interior architects and interior designers. So it still boils down to the area of separating who the designer is and who the decorator is. And also the collaboration between architects between architects and designers. Also, to formalize certification of IDAN members. How do you get certified? How is the certification process? And also create a platform for young members to find placements. There are some of them that complain that when they finish school, they have a place to go to, they have nobody to meet, to do a kind of internship. So I should on their mic. Thank you.
Thank you to everyone who presented. The issues raised were very similar across the board. Before I invite the President and her team to begin to respond, we're going to ask that our sponsor, Bafi, get ready to do a brief presentation. That said, as he's getting ready, I can see that the issues among us are the same that you will find in other professions. The lack of unaware thereof of structure, the struggle with factory, the lack of awareness, breakdown in communication, difficulty to register and become certified members. People are unable to leverage on what the organizations can do for them right across the board. That's what I was hearing. And so some of the issues have actually been addressed. I know that our high table will address them more robustly, give more meaning to some of the issues. I'm very aware that some of the issues you have raised have already been addressed. And for instance, the use of the logo. Once you're a registered member, I know that you're allowed to use what IDAN is providing as you wait for more information. In terms of what you can do for us, most of the problems that you are raising will be solved by people's connections, knowledge, just what to do. And so we are pleading that your participation will not merely be paying of dues, not merely be just attending activities, but that you bring your knowledge and all the things that IDAN can leverage on to ensure that the concerns that you are raising today will become a thing of the past. That said, let's just briefly invite Bafi to come and do their quick presentation. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Good afternoon, everyone.
I strongly disagree with this. My name is Iberede Musora, and I am the Public Relations Manager at Bafi Furniture, where standards and trust are the most important things. And personally, I believe that we're not just a manufacturing company that manufactures furniture. Instead, we manufacture peace of mind and trust. Trust that we deliver what your standards are. Now, interior design is generally what you consider building your own space. And my belief is you dress how you wish to be addressed. And so your furniture or your space should be a reflection of who you are. And these are the type of things that Bafi holds here. We were established in 2016, and back then we were at the basement of Abuja with only what you call barely a showroom. But right now we have about 4 showrooms in Abuja, 2 in Kano, and 1 showroom that's about to be launched in Lagos. I do expect. So I think you would consider us as one of the best furniture companies in Abuja, if not all of Nigeria, if I'm being humble. And we want to even go more than that, because expansion is our goal. And how can we expand? We expand by improving knowledge and educating the future and current also, with the idea that standard of living is not just a mindset, it's who you are. You should be able to sit down and go, oh yes, this space is me. Generally people come in and say, oh, this chair is too expensive. Or, oh, okay, why would I need an interior tank? What's the point of it? I can just hire anybody on the streets to make furniture for me. But the point of our company is luxury in its standard. So what we want is for people to understand what the standards are. For us, teamwork is very important. We are a 100% Turkish furniture company, we like to say, but our staff is comprised of a mixture of both Turkish and Nigerian staffs. I think at the time we even had other nationals. And because of this, we understand that there's a difference in culture, there's a difference in standard, and we aim to provide for this. That's why, although we import some furniture from Turkey, we don't actually import all of them. We couple them here in our factory, which I think most people don't even know that we have a factory here. They think that we just import everything. And that is why we're so excited when we heard about this from IDAN. We're like, oh, this is happening, and there are people that are actually enthusiastic about this experience. And so we decided that no matter what, at least we must show our support towards this and build a strong connection. So part of what we wish to offer is an educational perspective. Exhibitions to both studying and graduated students, to our factory, to see what we call as our Turkish, 100% Turkish standards, and to see how we're trying to incorporate it into Nigerian standard, so that we have a standard that people can, trust and look forward to. You see luxury, and it shouldn't be, oh, it's too expensive. It should be, how can I work more in order to achieve this? As a bonus, if you're my partner, I'm not going to charge you the same way I'm going to charge anyone else. I'm going to look for a way that you would benefit as I benefit. So because of this, we're offering like up to 30% discount based on the partnership that IDAN has built here. IDAN registered participants will be able to say, oh yes, we are part of IDAN, and we need your furniture for this project or this thing right now. And we should be able to say yes, because of this partnership, you're gaining this. How can you gain this? We're not established yet, but we aim to create loyalty cards, retail cards to showcase this idea. And as a partner, I think when you meet somebody and you make an acquaintance with someone, you should be able to share your own acquaintances that you already met before. We are partners with Sheraton, Canada, Shopping Galleria, IDAN, Unibuilder, and many more. We don't have this again. So now we should be able to say, okay, we are partnered with IDAN, and this company does this, or this person does this, and they are partner, and we have trust in their abilities. So this is what we offer here, is the ability to say, okay, for this job, we refer this set of people.
I don't know. When I come to your store and I see the prices that you guys have for your items, I'm thinking that what do we interior designers, I mean, if we were to put our regular fees and the effort on top of the monies that you put on your furniture, we're going to kill our clients. You have to find a way to work that out. You have to find a way. Okay, so our president is going to be responding to some of the concerns in 20 minutes at a time, so that we'll see how well we can manage the questions. A lot of concerns you raise can be grouped together and answered by her. And then if you have any contributions after she's done responding, if anyone on the table does, then we'll take your contributions and then we'll continue. So I'd like to invite the President, Mrs. Jennifer Chukwumere, to please respond to some of the issues that were raised.
Thank you very much.
Sorry, Chukwumere.
Okay, so before she starts out, I think on behalf of me and my compare, we would like to congratulate everybody that represented the groups that came out here to present. I think you won yourself a seat.
We all have a part to play in our individual spaces. We all can design. Some of us will have showrooms. Some of us will manufacture furniture. Some of us will sell upholstery. So we can all collaborate. So I just want us to understand that you don't necessarily have to do everything. So yes, collaboration for us is key. I will definitely get to work with that too. For partnerships, people that indicated they should be interested in the legal, thank you very much. If we have more people who are also interior designers and who also have a legal background, that would be very much welcome. For student memberships, we actually do have student memberships, so this has always been part of the categories, and it's one of the membership fee for the year is very, very minimal. So yes, we have student memberships. And it also applies to those who are current students or just finished, or they're within the maybe 1 year experience or 2 years experience. You can actually jump on that category. So we're working on, we've already worked on the membership category. So we have different categories we'll share. We'll send out emails to everyone explaining what we've done, different categories. The idea is for people to grow in the industry. So definitely there will be categories for people who are just manufacturers. There will be categories for interior designers, for interior decorators. So we're not mixing it up. So everything will definitely be communicated in different categories so that you can fit in. However, even if you're a student member, you can actually aspire to become a professional member. So even as a student member, after some certain years, some trainings you've done and all that, you can actually progress on the ladder. So that's the whole idea. For policies, I'll leave this to talk about that later. Awareness, yes, for awareness for IDAN, it definitely is awareness of what you all get together today. So you should know that we're big on awareness. I'm a social media person, I love social media, so awareness is going to be top notch. Working with FCK, yes, we definitely have to work with the government, so we definitely will do that. And thank God we have the FCK representatives here. So we have spoken to her yesterday, so we're going to definitely share the things we're coming up with. Regarding the use of the IDAN logo, yes, you can use the IDAN logo once you become a member of IDAN. Just please note that if you use the logo, you are under, so you have the certain code of conduct you have to adhere to. So please, you have to use it wisely and represent the brand itself in a very professional way. For professional trainings, yes, we talked about that also. So the CPDs will have continuous professional training. we'll have like points assigned to those TPDs so that you should have a certain amount of points you should get before you get to a certain level and all that. But all that, like I said, will be communicated. The year calendar for Lagos and Abuja will be almost the same thing so that we are all in sync. The only thing is Abuja can decide to do something different. But like for World Interiors Day, for example, if we're celebrating World Interiors Day, it will be the same internationally, it will be the same thing in Lagos, it will be the same thing in Abuja. I'm just going to come up with ideas. So we definitely will share our 2022 calendar with everyone. In terms of communication, that's one thing we promised. We're going to make sure that everything is duly communicated by email. So I please beg you to check your emails. Most people don't check their emails. So please check your emails. We'll communicate all that to you. Then we have different committees. So today it would really be nice if we have people who want to volunteer on different committees. We have the education committee, disciplinary and ethics, legal advocacy projects and events. So yes, so maybe at the end of today's meeting, you can indicate an interest if you want to serve in any of the committees, but definitely doesn't have to be an island member to do that. So basically, most of all those things that you said, we've already touched on. And like you said, we're going to promising that we're going to deliver all those things. So all the things we communicated, we have it, we have the details. So after today, all the next steps we'll share with everyone. So I think I'll just leave the STT to talk about the license. Thank you.
Thank you, Jennifer. Well said. The process for licensing is long overdue and something that we've been working on for a very long time. In 2017, I co-chaired the education policy for the world body, for IFI. That was before I became president. We had 27 different professors from around the world. And that policy we're just updating it after 30 years. The world has changed. We wanted to make sure that the policy was relevant for today. And what we did at that time was we were looking at different regions. Now, note that interior design is totally different from interior decoration. And so we wanted to make it very clear, especially in regions like Africa, where people actually confuse two professions. And that was why I thought it was important to sit on that board to make sure that I considered a region like Africa, that a lot of architects, for instance, are trying to come into the profession. It's because it's a different field, just the way I can't wake up as an interior architect and say I want to do the job of an architect. It's impossible. I can't do it. People have said to me, you should be able to build now. I can't. It's a different discipline. Anyway, back to the licensing process. One of the agendas I had when I became president was I wanted to make sure that it was licensed, not just in Nigeria, but different parts of Africa. We started the whole, because there's a lot of research, there's a lot of work that you have to do to be able to do that. Considering a region like ours, that a lot of people are actually moving from one profession to another. There's a place for work experience. Even when you go to universities and you want to change, there's a place for that. When I went back to study interior architecture, I had studied mathematics first, but I did 3.5 years. So that was time, and that was a lot of effort. I know a lot of people have done like short courses, it's good, but your work experience has to show. We need to be able to see your work experience, and that's where the licensing, the whole licensing thing became really, really important. That we put everyone into consideration. We made sure that people go through the different exams, and at the time we're doing it, we also researched the different licensing bodies that we had around the world, in America, in Europe, and in Asia. And for us, we were able to work together with the Philippines licensing process. And what we did at that time was a lot of similarities with the whole process. And for us, they are actually a lot more advanced than we are here in Africa. But we want to make sure that we can actually consider and help with that. Now, note that IDAN is actually a non-governmental organization, but before you can license, it's a governmental duty. So because it's a governmental duty, it's something that we have to work with governments to establish that. And so we've gone through the process. By the process of the bill, we've gone like really, really far. And you know, there's a lot more work that we can't really disclose at this point, but just know that we have everyone covered. Just know that there'll be something that we'll all be proud of. You know, just know that tomorrow will be good. Sorry. Just know that tomorrow will be good. The reason we do most of the things that we do, I've been in the industry for over 20 years. A lot of things that I do are not things, I work a lot in the background. A lot of things I do, according to a friend of mine, Aslan, he says it's a thankless job, but I don't think it's a thankless job. I think it's for posterity. I think it's for our region. I think it's for humanity. It is after all humanity, our ultimate clients that we design. That's why we do the work we do. So I think for us, just from Lagos, we say Farabali. Calm down. Calm down. Yeah? Okay, thank you all. Okay. So please, if you have questions or contributions, we're allocating 10 minutes to see how much we can address. Please keep your questions very brief, no long stories, straight to the point, and make sure you give others a chance. So if you have a question, please put your hands up so that we can take a certain number of people immediately. If you have any question or issue you want to raise directly, you feel was not addressed by the President's comment. 1. Anyone else? 2. 2. 3. Okay, let's start with these 3 and let's see how we can do with time. So the first person will start with Lucky on the high table. Please ask the question.
Okay, like I said, it's what we want to do with Tina with MCB division FCA. In the presentation from the groups, we have mentioned synergy. Sorry.
Who is speaking, please? Hands up, okay. The one lady with the face tap. Okay. Please introduce yourself and then your question.
Okay. What we want to do is Tina, I'm an architect with MCB division. So my division basically handles mostly ministry buildings and cultural buildings. In our group discussion, we had mentioned synergy. Now, synergy wasn't only because of interior design, it was in relation to the other professionals, that is architects, engineers, mechanical, electrical, quantities of it down to interior designers. In public buildings, we don't see that a lot. So I need to step up on that so that when we're designing right from inception, the interior designs are incorporated. We had issues like that in some of our projects, but on few projects we were able to address such issues where interior designers were on board. We started with conceptual designs, all that right through to working out physical measurements, all the elements we took into consideration, swatches, colors, and all that. I would like to see more of that, in another picture, not only SDA. And then also collaborations with government and private sector, materials, different things, and even introducing all our cultural elements and all that. Okay, so basically I think IDAN has a lot to do to step up on that because we know the country we live in. Once you don't have
public representation, it's very difficult for you to take on all those tasks. So that it's not only a governmental issue, it's an all-inclusive thing. So for me, basically, is mostly how does IDAN now get represented in relation to all these other professional bodies, right from the architects? Because if you don't do that, you can't really go out there in the industry. It will be a one-sided thing. So that your architects are with you, your engineers are with you, and when we come to now bring out the bills for the fees, you're included. We don't bring you on board after there's a problem. We bring you right from conception so that your fees, because a lot of times interior designers do the work and they probably don't even get all their fees. But if you come under that platform, your fees will definitely come out. Because if I'm representing you in front of the client, I can say, hey, I have engineers, I have mechanical, I have structural, and I have interior design. If he doesn't know, it's my responsibility to educate him why I need an interior designer. But if you don't parley with the other professionals, it will be difficult.
We have been doing a lot of work, but as you know, there has to be continuity. So let me use the health and safety law. We worked with a government in 2007 or 2008 with the health and safety law in Lagos State. When the next government came, there was no continuity. So it's the same thing with building relationships. We've had relationships with past presidents of NIA and a lot of the other disciplines, but there has to be continuity because the next president comes, you need to always be in the face of your partners. They need to know you exist. And one thing that happened was, I think a few years ago, when the architects kept on, because we had a relationship, they were not coming to IDAN, but they were coming to me on a personal level. But the organization has started to say, no, we want to be able to deal with your. So there are things that we've already started working on. As you can see, Jennifer is very, very relatable. She has like a fantastic strategy in just continuing the things that were already started. So, Farabali.
So before we take the next question, sorry please, I'd just like to acknowledge the visiting of Mr. Faisal Jafar Afindadi. He came in late, he's the representative of the Katsina State government. The governor, can you come back to the sir? Thank you very much. Okay, thank you very much, sir. All right, while he's coming on board, please we'll take our next question.
Okay, hello everyone. My name is Lakri Sali. First of all, I want to say how proud I am to see the crowd that is here. The old faces, the new faces, and just the turnout. It's wonderful to think that there's so many people that are practicing in the interior design institute of Java like this, and I hope that we're able to keep it up. And in line with that, I want to talk about the elephant in the room, which is membership dues. I think that a lot of people, in fact, no, I don't think a lot of people are coming to me to say we have an issue with the membership dues. And so we would like to ask if IDAN can consider some kind of hierarchy system where people can key in at whatever level they can afford. Also, some kind of promo for the first, for this launch, for this company. We can offer some kind of discount to the Abuja chapter members. And then, in a year's time when we've all seen the value and we've all benefited, we're going to pay the full dues. Because we are not to be seen as less than, it's not that we cannot pay like Lagos. It's just that there are some realities on ground. And so I would just like to ask if that's important.
Thank you very much. I take it that Abuja wants us to increase the membership because we are close to power. Okay, that's fine. So regarding the categories, yes, what we've done now, like I said before, we have different categories where you can enter. So have different price points. So it won't be like a normal flat fee where this is how much you pay. There are different categories. So that if you're a showroom owner and you want to join, maybe your category is way higher. You can want to join as a student member. Definitely you will not pay the same thing as a showroom owner. So there are different categories. For the promo, Abuja.
Please, everybody smile nicely.
Okay, so I think what we'll do is for those who want to register today, we can give a 10% discount if you're registering today. So just indicate, maybe on your way out, you just put your names and your details. Like I said, everything is now online, so we'll send you an email with the online registration process, so you don't have to print your form, scan your form, and send it back. So you fill the forms online, then we revert and make payment. So I think we'll give a 10% discount.
Which I'm happy with that.
Oh, wow. Abuja, you want to double our hand? No. Okay. I think 10%.
Okay, maybe
Okay, if you take from that of me, is that good? I think that's good. So 10% from now to the end of the should be fine. Thank you very much.
It sounds good. Okay, so let's take the third person. The third person, if you guys, okay.
My name is Bolaji. I'm the CEO. Okay, so my name is Bolaji. I'm CEO of the Interiors. I want to find out, so what do you do in a situation whereby you present a design to a client and the client give your design to someone else, so you go designer to execute. I think a policy should be put in place that will address that. Honestly, my design has been given to someone else, and someone else's design has been given to me, and I don't really feel good about that. Doing the job. But I feel our policy should be put in place whereby once you know that this design is not yours, it shouldn't be executed. I want to know this.
Do we have a code of conduct which express every idea member to buy? However, we all start to understand some people naturally do not have technique. How do we deal with that? So I think it's with the code of conduct. So maybe once we have a code of conduct and we have people like that who are doing otherwise, then maybe there can be penalties for that. So we definitely, like I said before, we have a disciplinary and ethics committee. So that can be addressed. It is brought to our notice, and if you're an IDAN member, but you're not an IDAN member, there's really nothing we can do. But if you're an IDAN member, then we expect you to abide by the policies. However, I do know that some people will still do otherwise. So, sadly, that's the maybe. But we'll definitely will abide by the policies. Thank you.
So we'll take more questions. If you're ready, one, who else? 2, 3. Let's take this next 3 and see how well we can do time. Agree? So madam,
Good morning, good afternoon once again. You didn't actually tell us the price for the membership. Okay, you send us an email. Then my next question is concerning events. Interior designers or interior decorator in Nigeria, I think we've said it when we have been our presentation. IDAN should find a way of letting us also compete in the world, not only in Nigeria but also in the world, like us attending when they have events, seminar, example like Index, and any other interior or something where they bring in also solutions like exhibition for us to also get something to work with and also know what to do. Thank you.
Okay, so we want to have things like that where we actually take people exhibitions like Salon de Mobile, Decorec. So it's things we've done in the past. So maybe because you're new to IDAN, so definitely you would not know those things. But definitely we do things like that, especially with Miss Titi. She's very fantastic at things like that, taking our people to showcase in the international world. So definitely once we become a member, everything becomes clearer. We'll share with you all the details and all the updates. And even in the yearly plan for the year, we actually state all the international exhibitions that we have every year. And for those who want to be part of it, you definitely can reach out to us. And we have relationships with some embassies and things like that. So these are things that you can actually access as a member. Thank you.
Next question, please. Please, can you speak up?
My question is kind of concerned for artisans. Really, we don't seem to look out for them. A lot of them are not educated, but I happen to have a friend who's an artisan at the graduate. He traveled out to study how to paint. He's a very good painter. And he was telling me his concerns about how artisans are treated. Simply because they're not educated and also because they do not behave well most times. And he was wondering if there's anything IDAN can do, probably organize trainings for people and enlighten them on how they can behave better on projects and let them know their rights. Because a lot of times artists are not working and they're not paid as when they're supposed to be. Sometimes they are, should I say, abused, sight, and maltreated, and a lot of things they go through. Sometimes they sustain injuries. Nothing to cover them, no health insurance, nothing. And these injuries happen maybe on site while at work. The engineers, the architects who is engaging them, or the interior designer who is engaging them is doing nothing about it. So he was telling me that if IDAN or any organization or body can come up with how these people can be trained and retrain and constantly educate them on how they can behave better and how they can know their rights while on site. So I'm putting this out to us to see if there's any way we can come up with these artisans and not just complain and complain and complain and keep complaining. Thank you. Thank you very much for that. Regarding artisans, okay, so like I said earlier, so what I'll say regarding artisans is, as interior designers and design professionals, within your own capacity, you can also train as, you can also train them. We can have people here come up with training to impact them. Because the truth is, they can only give what they have, and what they have is just the skills that they know and they learned on the time. So amongst us here, I'm sure we can raise people who are able to train these artisans and give them the right skills. We can also talk with the government and see what can happen, maybe with technical schools, with the way we can get them trained. But the truth is, I see, or I pray that one day we have a country where we actually have educated artisans, the same way you have lawyers making it now. So maybe we should start painting as interior designers, or we need to take on roles like that and get engaged. But what I would say for now, while the fasting and praying, let's also do what we can do within our own space, create insurance policies for them, treat them fairly, but not all of them, what are you doing? Some of them will still be. So let us pray. Thank you.
We will take our last question.
He's working.
Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Bimbo Swift, Director El Casa Tiro, also co-founder El Casa Academy, Woodwork and Upholstery. My question, basically, we are into production, strictly production. Where's our place in IDAN? Strictly production, we don't style. So where do we fit in? And the second question is, do we have a pool for trainees or trainers? I don't know if I'm right or I'm speaking. Where, for we that do trainings, where do we fit in? Do we have a pool where IDAN can pick up some trainers to train people, especially in Abuja? I know a lot of people in Lagos who do trainings, but in Abuja we don't have trainings or trainers that train artisans.
Okay. Okay, regarding school, we actually have categories for people that own school for the new membership platform. That's what I'm saying. You're sharing the new category. Where if a manufacturer, there's a category for it to become a member of IDAN. So like I said, the new categories now has to do with everybody. So showroom owners, manufacturers, students, you own a school, whatever it is. So we have different categories. The schools abroad, you think you're not on our level, we have a category. So we have looked at different categories, you understand? So that's why I said we will share it. You will look at it and ask yourself, put on our mind. You're a manufacturer, you register as a manufacturer. You can school, like I have a school, I register as a school. Okay, so and yes, there's slots for everyone. And if you just love interior design, we actually have a slot for someone who just loves design, who is an enthusiast and wants to become part of the association. So all that has been covered. Thank you.
Does that satisfy your question? Okay. We just take the last person because maybe you were trying to round up. No, the gentleman there. That will be the last person so that we can round up.
Go ahead, please. Thank you very much. My name is Munir Dado from PCD Associates. It's a two-part question. One is making a point towards the artisans. What does the council members think about having a rating system that for the artisans? So, for example, if all the designers here use artisans and are able to put them into a pool that will be hosted by IDAN to say that this painter was good, and everybody can rate them. So if somebody else uses the painter or carpenter, they can give the person a good rating or bad rating, and that way we'll be able to share information amongst ourselves. That's the first part of the question. And touching upon collaboration with other bodies, I know Madam President said when the previous administration leaves, for NI, for example, and the new company, and they have their new mandates, they may not want to continue with the old one. But there was also the mention of CVs. Because our professions are so closely linked, often our CVs could be similar. So what can IDAN do to bridge that gap, to improve that collaboration between the architects and NIA so that we can share CVs and we can also share artisans? Because I know for a fact that they are also planning to create a rating system for artisans as well. So it's a bit, the irony is there for me to see that we are creating, we want to create our rating system and they are also doing theirs. So it's not really, we're not really showing that collaboration because we're always doing the same thing twice. Thank you.
Okay, thank you very much for that. So definitely we'll look into that. I like the idea that you said, so that it's the innovation with the architects and all that. So it's something we're looking into and we'll work on it. So thank you very much for that. So any other questions again?
Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Hosea. My question is still on the issue of funding. You made mention of collaboration with BOI. For some people like us that are in importation but want to start production, we all know that the criteria that you have to meet to access the fund make it almost impossible. So now, as a body, how can you help to members in securing not necessarily fund but machines? Can you stand as a form of collateral or guarantor to secure these machines? That if you know someone and you know the person's work, so you can stand for the person. Thank you.
So for us to stand for someone, but yes, so in terms of BOI, I think I started having some conversations around it. I know to process it, because the websites are filled with me, we're wasting your time. They know who they give, so I'm already having conversations around that. But I do know that they would ask for things like bank guarantee or collateral. So you also have to understand that the bank who wants to give you lots of money definitely has to, there has to be something. I don't think that thing will be either putting their neck on the line for yes. So however, what we can do is just ensure that the process is seamless. We are able to support as many people as we can support, provided we can trust you. So there definitely will be a process. So maybe if we're going to do that, we'll be in partnership with IDAN to ensure that whoever is going to get such facility, there's enough checks on the person and we can do the necessary activities. So we're definitely looking into that, because we are looking for funding.
Thank you very much, President. That will be our last question. Before we move to the next thing on the agenda, I would just like to invite Mr. Jafar Findadi to give a very brief note from the Katsina State Government.
Hello, good morning everyone. Let me use the standard protocol. On behalf of His Excellency, the Regional Governor of Katsina State, Right Honorable Minister sending a message to IDAN. He said, as a part of the grand patron of this association, Interior Designers Association of Nigeria, is really proud of this wonderful or big association, which is so amazing. He asked me to pledge 1 million naira to support this welcome event. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, sir. We love the sound of chiching. Always are happy to have people support this. So if you know anyone who you know is a fan material design at our association, please make sure you invite them to our next meeting and let them support. Thank you very much, sir.
And people say there's nobody in Abuja. But we wanted to discount, so money is so
We have been smiling, Presido, you can't know it.
Thank you very much, sir. We're really very honored. And also, since more freebies are coming up. So some of you mentioned about the fee structure, how can we get the structure and all that. So there's actually a book written by Mr. Titio Ferry. It's called The Interior Designer's Buyer's Guide. It shows you how to charge for projects, how much to charge, and all the things that you need to know as an interior designer. So on a good day, it's $100, but we've just spoken to her and she's ready to give it to us for 25,000 naira to pay. So thank you very much. And that's 50% off. So you get your discount in the form of books. Thank you. Well, let me take copies. Thank you.
Okay. All right. Thank you, Ms. Stiogupere, for that. I'm sure we'll be taking advantage of that discount. As we're drawing close to the end of the town hall meeting, which we expect will be having more consequent meetings like this, because definitely I'm sure just today is not enough to address all the issues and talk about the pathways to progress. We would like to acknowledge people that came outside of Abuja, because I'm sure it's not everybody here that is from Abuja. Please signify if you came outside of Abuja for this meeting. We would like to applaud you, share you for traveling all the way. Would you mind standing up with me? Let me see you, please. It's a journey. It is really encouraging, and we just want to say thank you for being part of this. It's just the beginning, and I'm sure, this is becoming 1 hour for one family as opposed to 4, because I'm definitely sure the escorts will be planning and let us know the next town hall meeting. Because like I said, from this, we've been able to drop a lot of concerns, issues, and with that we can map the way towards making this body what we envisage it to be. So I'll let my co-compare.
Okay, so just hanging there, won't be any longer. We have 3 more main items and then we'll be done. So if you have a text, there's going to be a raffle draw. I hope you get something today. And those who answer those questions right will also be getting gifts today. I'll be inviting our founder, Mrs. Siti Ogufere, to do a book review. Thank you.
Thank you. I don't know if it's a book review because I was just told today we have videos and more information about the book. But I wanted to share why this book. This book has been a compilation of, I'll say, 20 years experience from my own part, and also using the resources that I had and some of the connections I had to contribute. We have over 26, not over, 26 different contributors from around the world. For instance, the guy that designed the Dubai Mall is a friend of mine, and I said, oh, can you give us the drawings? Can you tell us what was in process? What did you have in mind? The history of the profession. Most of you don't know that the history of the profession started from Egypt. So even though we say Africa has been backwards, but it started from Egypt. So we had 2 professors of one of the oldest universities in Egypt write about the history of the profession. Then we spoke about, we had about the education policy. What does the education policy say? What are the standards of interiors? What's the difference between interior design and interior decoration? So at least we're all clear. Also the IFI declaration, we spoke about that. Cultural identity in design. That was quite interesting. We spoke about the state of the profession in Africa and the Middle East. Starting an interior design practice. What do you need to start an interior design practice? The fundamentals of interior design. I mean, just a list of things that people have asked me over the years. People come and say, oh, contracts. So important. You need to get your contracts right at every stage of a project. Also, fee structure. Now, as you know, the architects have like a fixed fee structure. Now, but for interiors, people
the spirit leads. So someone is charging this way, another person is charging this way, but there should be like a fee structure. And the reason I put it down was because a number of people had, even with architects, when they have like maybe projects that are like really top projects, they would ask me and say, what do you think? Does this look okay? Now note that a lot of the foreign designers that come to Nigeria do not pay the same fees as you, no matter how experienced you are. Not just in Nigeria, but also in the Middle East. So they had complaints about that. We had to work together with colleagues in the Middle East. Please, thank you. We had to work together with a few of our colleagues to get the right kind of content in. The kind of drawings, what are the different types of drawings. I know these things look basic, but sometimes I see designers and I'm like, they'll say an interior designer is working on an important project. And like, there's no drawing, they have no plan. When we used to do like the awards program, we found out that when you ask people, what is your concept? They actually have no concept. People will just take something. You're designing for humanity. You are changing spaces that change people's lives. So it's an important profession. And like I said, if you are not educated through, maybe you've not gone to school, as she was giving a quick jab at all of us, like, okay, you've gone abroad. Yes, but now we have schools. We have schools that are actually doing interior. We have a number of schools. I will not name names so that, you know, but we have the University of Ife, we have the University of Ibadan. There are universities that are taking up the profession. So we have this. There's a lot of work, as you can see, a lot of details, nice contributors. I sent you a few videos so you can see. There's one guy, he works for IDAN, and he was talking about the psychology of a space, an office space. And he was saying, if you have not, if you don't understand the people going to use the space, you can't actually effectively design for them. So, look, there was work, and really people, only university students. Now, if you want to support universities, but that's my heart. If you want to support universities, please buy a few copies for some universities. We've had people buy for, you know, the university in Abuja. We've had people buy for University of Ife, University. So please support designers, support young designers, support as many people as you support. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Ms. Titi Obufere. I hope you guys should buy the book. 20 years, captured those pages. Okay, as we round up now, we'll be taking the announcements. We'll be taking the announcements and a call for membership from the President herself, Ms. Jennifer Chukwujekwe. Garrett.
Okay, so thank you very much, everyone. So yes, so if you want to become a member of IDAN, we'd really love to have you. And like I said before, all the categories have been sorted out. So please, on your way out, you can please write your names down. Emails will be sent to you within the next 48 hours, and we'll communicate all the different categories. You should get your discount, and we'll take it from there. So we hope to see you next time as an IDAN member. Also, we're looking for an IDAN secretariat. We're looking for a space. So once we get that, so that we have somewhere we can call our own, so people can come and make inquiries, register for membership and things like that. We already have one in Lagos, but I think Abuja needs one, going by the crowd that we've seen today. So we'll communicate that. But in the meantime, we will share a temporary location just in case you want to meet with our admin or discuss anything. We'll share a temporary location very soon. And the month of May is World Interiors Day for all interior designers to celebrate. So it would be nice to have Abuja come up with something. So I'm sure you already have lined up of things, so that's great. So all that will be communicated. So hopefully in May we'll see everyone here again, somewhere celebrating World Interiors Day. So I wish you all the best, and I hope that we'll grow the industry together and take care of it. Thank you.
like to invite the Dasas to please come. You are going to be coordinating our raffle draw, after which we will take the vote of thanks from our current president, Ms. Habiba Waziri. FCT. Our current chairman, Mrs. Habiba Waziri.
Hi everyone, I'm standing on existing protocol. So we shut out some numbers. The numbers will be picked at random. We have about 16 to 17 items to be won. So we have items from bar furniture, DLXCC, Pathway Interiors, Atelier, Dolce Spa, Art and Life, and Probe Lines. For the first item for the draw, which is a spa voucher worth 5,000 naira from Dolce Spa, the president will pick a number at random and then we call the lucky winner. So what number is that? Okay, please, number 83, just run yourself 5,000 naira spa voucher from Dolce Spa. Can you come forward, please? Is number 83 in the hall? Okay. We'll take another number for the next spa voucher. Number 53. Congratulations. Yeah, put up. Number 53. Congratulations. And the third star voucher, what number do we have? 127. It's a guy. You give another star voucher. Actually, yeah. Okay, in order not to waste time, the next gift is 180,000 gift voucher from Probe Line. Can we have a representative of Probe Line for this presentation? Anybody from Probe Line? Okay, while we're waiting for them, the next number 78, you just run yourself trophy low from here to see. Number 78, are you in the hall? Oh. Number 91, you also run yourself a trophy low. Number 145, number 58. Ushers, please, I need someone to pass the gift to me. Number 91, okay. Congratulations. Number 58, number 145. Number 127. And number 98. Number 127 and number 98. Number 127, if you're in the hall. Okay. So the next items to be won are, we have a representative of Bapi for this presentation. We have 2 chairs, single chairs. We'll give 1 each to a lucky winner. Number 77. Okay, so it's a bulky item, so we can't do a presentation, but it's one of the green chairs and drums. Where's the winner? Number 77. Number 52 for the second chair. Congratulations. Then we have also another chair from IDAN, which is my company. Yes, for a photo. Chair. So number 72 is winning that dining chair in front. Who is number 72? The winner, rather. We have the number 72 in the house. The chair is from Leo. Let him go.
No, not the next number.
Number 72 also.
Wow.
And the next item is a side stool, also from my company. Number 113. Number 113 for the side stool. Third line will do their presentation for 180,000 naira gift voucher. Lucky number 8. The next items to be won are art pieces from Art and Life. Number 118. And Number 37, lucky number 37.
What depends? What's any 13,000?
You know you got your answers right when we asked you about the blue box. You know you answered the question. All of them got right, so 5 of them. So please come out again.
Blue box. Blue box.
Banter interior. Please come and present your gift. Come.
They are waiting for you.
Lucky number 15, you just want a throw from Panther Interiors. So for those who are not in the hall, we have to retake the result so that we can exhaust our gifts. So this is the last trophy though. Lucky number 17. So we have to retake one of the chairs from Bambi. Pray. Lucky number 59. Is the person in the hall? And we're retaking for the stool as well. Yes, the white stool. No, she got the chair. You know the chair. What number? What's her number? She's the lady that won the stool. No, she won badly. You won the stool? Okay. Sorry, thank you for calling my attention. Okay, thank you very much. Thank you to all the people that donated generously to the raffle.
Please, I'm so sorry. Your gifts are coming. You have got to bring your gifts. No vex. Please, just sit down. We'll get back to you. Yes, please. We'd like to call on our chairman, FCC chapter, Mrs. Habiba Waziri, to please give the vote of thanks. After which we'll have the tea and light refreshments. Good afternoon, everybody. Thank you for coming. We hope that you got the feedback, and we hope to see you
soon as members. Thank you to our founder, our president, all executive members, our facilitators, sponsors, BAFI, ProBlind, 7 Media, and official media partners. Victor, thank you. And on behalf of IDAN FCT, thank you very much. And we heard what you had to say, and we'll make some better changes and safe journey back home. Thank you.
So we have come to the end of our town hall meeting. I hope it was worth your time. I hope it was worth your time. There are drink refreshments at the reception. Please network, get to meet new people in the industry. Make sure you check your emails for the link to registration. Remember that we have a 10% discount. It's about $2. Those who want each of the boxes can go out now. If you want each from the two boxes, can come now. The rest of you, mingle. Follow IDAN on Instagram. You can start by following IDAN FCT.
Close there. We'll stop her, right?